Hi team, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good people of the world. Today we'll be looking at one of the most interesting things. This is personal and take it so personal. It's about how much loan can you actually get absorbed from your salary. This is what I'll be looking at. Sometimes we go to the bank, we meet the bank tellers there, we meet an investment banker. We normally go with figures of how much money we think we can actually borrow. But in essence, we don't even know what what are those other issues that should determine how much you should actually get. And this is what I'll be looking at. Just a very simple, basic method of how you can actually determine how much you can get based from your annual salaries and obviously your annual costs. So let's say, for example, we show here in terms of the years. Maybe you just want to get a loan for 5 years. How much? So it's you have a salary. You can do this. I put here 0, meaning it's now. Your inflation. Your salary is increased based on the annual inflation. Let's say it's 4%. Your interest rate. Let's say it is 25%. And your annual salary. You have your annual costs. So let's say your salary on a month-to-month basis is 10,000. I'm not saying this is what you're supposed to get. Obviously, you're supposed to get more money. It's just a hypothetical figure. So, and your annual cost, for example, it is about 0.6%, 60%, sorry, of your annual salary. This salary, you've assumed that it is going to be growing by the inflation rate. So what it means, your cash available for debt service. This is before we're assuming that you do not have any debt for now. So this is your cash flow available for debt service. Okay. Then you have your interest, which is 25%, like we have done. Maybe we say, what is your target debt service cover ratio? I'll call it debt cover ratio. This is just a very simple ratio where you're actually saying how much money should I actually remain with before I amortize my loan. So if we say it's about 1.5, What it means is that you have the 1, which is for the actual debt service, the 5.5, which is 6 months of your debt. You need to actually save it, maybe in an escrow account, or this is the money that you can use for emergency and all these other things, or maybe for your capital investments, building a house, for a holiday and what. It just gives you some breather. But in this case, we're going to say it will be 120%, which is the 1.2. I'll start from here. 1.2. Let's cue off this. So your debt service, or maybe I should not start with that. And start with the corkscrew account, which is basically debt. So you're saying this debt balance brought down, the amortization. This is just on principal. So balance carried down. So we are saying your balance carried down from the previous year is your balance brought down for the current year. And your balance carried down is just a summation of your balance brought down and your amortization on principal. My eyes are a bit weak, I'm so tired. So say, for example, this is just a plug-in figure to complete the equation. Let's say your debt is, maybe let me put it at 1,200. So then we come down here and say, what is your target? How much money do you want to remain with? Debt service cover ratio, about 1.2, for example. Start from here, 1.2, Control Shift Enter. Okay, so meaning what would be your target debt service? So your target debt service, this is how much you are targeting to be paying your lenders, and in this case it's just your bank, which will be your cash available for debt service divided by the debt service cover ratio, which gives you that. Then you also need to know how much interest you'll be paying. Your interest is paid based on your balance brought down times your interest rate, which is your annual interest rate, giving you the 300 there. Okay, meaning your amortization, in this case, when I say amortization, all I mean is just the principal repayments. Don't get it twisted. So amortization, we'll say it is 441, the debt service minus the interest here. So I can do like this. So I can still get the excess cash after debt service. So the excess cash after debt service, it is the cash available for debt service minus the target debt service. So then we go to the amortization here, which we pick on amortization there. So all we have to do now, we go to the what if analysis, because we're saying if you got this debt of 1,200 in the 5th year, you should actually fully amortize it. So we have some inbuilt powerful tool and Excel, which is the goal seek, and we set which value are we setting that to 0. Which one do we want to change? We want to change this particular facility. So what does it mean? It means that from the salary of about 15,000, you can get a loan of 119,000, which can be amortized in 5 years. But remember that this method is actually based on how you manage your cost. For example, here, if you manage your cost in such a way that you only spend 50% of your salary, and this is before debt service, for example, this, then your loan facility would actually increase, or your loan headroom would be slightly higher, as you will be able to see when you come here, say go seek, change that to 0, change this by changing that. So you can see that you will go to about 148. If we say your debt service, you need to remain with a breather of about 0.5. We say 0.5 here. So meaning that the excess cash after debt service should be 50% of what you actually pay in towards the amortization of your debt. So meaning that the amount that you're going to get from your lenders will be less than 148,000. So I'll come there again, I'll go to data, I'll go to what if, I'll go to basic, I'll put 0 there by changing this, and so you can see if I come here, I want to get the percentage of this divided by the debt service. It's actually going to be 50%. Because I want to remember, I want to have a bit of some space. I don't want to have all my money going into debt service. I need to remain with something. Some organization don't actually allow that you remain with about 36%. So if it's 36%, then it means that this has to be 1.36, for example. And I take this there, meaning that your facility will increase from 119 to whatever, and we'll be able to see this. So some organization, and an organization particular that I work for, obviously they would allow you, even the banks, that you remain with about 36% of your disposable income after you've paid your debt. Thank you so much. I hope you found this video exciting, insightful, and educative. Thank you so much.